Hi everyone, so friends, in today's video we'll be discussing about some most important and advanced research tools that every researcher should know and that will ultimately make your research writing very easy. So let us start with the first category. So when I talk about this data analysis and graphing tools, then the tools should be user friendly, simple in nature, and the most important thing, that tools should be capable to produce different graphs very easily. So if you look at these different tools, then we know that Microsoft Excel is commonly used to produce different graphs. But when we speak about the specific application to produce different graphs, then basically in that case, for simplicity, for attractiveness, I'll recommend you to go with Origin. This is the software which is available freely to students. Mean if you are registering through your student IDs provided by your college or universities, then basically you will be able to use this Origin Pro freely. And if you talk about others, then basically you might have to go for the subscription or purchase these tools. And for data analysis and production of different graphs with simplicity and attractiveness, basically comparative to all these tools, you can go ahead with the Origin. So this is basically Origin interface. So this interface is almost similar to the Word, and hence you can easily understand this. Basically you will be getting some worksheets where you have to just copy your XY data, and based on that, here you will be getting different options through which you will be able to produce simple graphs, bar charts, scatter plots, etc. And then you can export all these graphs very easily in your required file format, maybe JPEG, TIFF format, etc. These are some graphs plotted by this Origin Pro. Okay, you can plot 3D graphs, even multiple graphs can be put together very easily. Or there are multiple functions, and even the graphs you can make, there are several settings available. With those you can make all these graphs very attractive. And now we'll move towards the second category, which is research writing. So when I talk about research writing, to make my research writing very effective, I may have to use the multiple tools simultaneously, and the most important parameters related to these tools is I need to be taken care of plagiarism and grammar. Okay, so plagiarism is basically if I already published 2-3 research articles and I am writing my 4th research article, in that case it is possible that my own text can be recycled, and which will be caught under plagiarism, which can be called as self-plagiarism. So in that also you need to be taken care, you need to check the plagiarism so that you are not committing the self-plagiarism kind of thing. And the second most important parameter is grammar. While writing research article, I need to take care of the grammar as well. Means simultaneously while writing one chapter, you may go ahead for grammar checking, or while writing complete research article, then also you can perform grammar check. That is actually required. So when I talk about this self-plagiarism or any kind of plagiarism, if I am committing, then basically in that case, to get better word choices, you may use paraphrasing tools. Okay, the paraphrasing tools will give you the similar words, similar kind of words, or rather excellent words. So when you talk about the plagiarism, then there are multiple options you will be having. There are several tools available in the market. Okay, I have listed here 4 important choices that you will be having. So you may go ahead with Turnitin, Urkund, Authenticate, Plagiarism Checker X. So these 3 tools are mostly used in universities and journals. Okay, if you talk about the Urkund is used in many Indian universities and in very few foreign universities. Authenticate is used in few foreign universities. Wherever this Plagiarism Checker X is used very rarely. And if you talk about the Turnitin is the most widely used plagiarism checker, which is employed by almost all the journals and in many universities in India even and in abroad even. Okay, so if you talk about the subscription, then you cannot take Urkund subscription. Means Urkund subscriptions, individual subscription is not possible. Authenticate, yes, from their website you can purchase Authenticate subscription, but it costs very high. Maybe for one research article, specific word limit is there. For one research article you might have to pay $100 to generating the plagiarism report. Okay, Plagiarism Checker X is also available, but basically it is not the most effective software. See, the effectiveness, it depends on how much database this plagiarism checker is having. Okay, strongest is the database, basically you will be getting maximum plagiarism percentage. Okay, and how this database becomes strong? So maximum articles, maximum research papers when will be submitted in that database for checking, obviously the database becomes very strong. And as Turnitin is widely used, the Turnitin's database is very strong, and hence best option to go ahead with Turnitin. But if in your university they are using Urkund, and if it is possible to you to get it checked through the university, then you can go ahead in checking Urkund also, or in checking Authenticate also, if your university has this subscription. Okay, and the university uses the same plagiarism checker, in that case you may avoid to go with Turnitin. But if there is no any options to check your to get it done through the university, even though they will be having their licenses, then basically you can use Turnitin license. Turnitin individual subscription is also not possible, but yes, under several universities licenses you may be provided with the license. Okay, now the second option is obviously Grammar, which is again the most important thing. For Grammarly also several options are available in the market, several tools are available, so few of them have been listed here. So Grammarly, that you might have heard about, Ginger, Grammar Check, Quillbot Premium. In Quillbot Premium is actually a paraphrasing tool, but I think 1 year before the Grammarly tool is added in that. But if you talk about the Grammar Check and its effectiveness, grammar checking and correction, then basically the ultimate tool to use is Grammarly Premium. This tool is used in topmost universities as well. They have subscribed for the business accounts and they are using this Grammarly. So this is the most established, oldest, simple to use and most established tool. Okay, Ginger, the cost of this Ginger, Grammar Check and Quillbot may be comparatively less to the Grammarly, but these tools are not the comparable, or the performance is not comparable with the Grammarly Premium. So the suggested tool is go ahead with the Grammarly Premium. Okay, Paraphraser. So when you talk about Paraphraser, you can make use of Paraphraser in multiple ways. Okay, to reduce the plagiarism. To reduce the plagiarism means you have to put the citation also, but yes, it will help you to restructurize the sentences. So there also you will find ample of options or choices. So Quillbot Premium, Paraphraser, small SEO tools, SpeedRise, etc, etc, etc. But no paraphrasing, see, keep in mind that no paraphrasing tool is 100% accurate. Okay, whenever you will be paraphrasing any kind of text, then basically you have to go through that text very carefully, because sometimes some technical words will be replaced with the non-technical words as well. But obviously you will be getting options there. Means if you talk about the user friendliness and comparative accuracy, then basically comparatively this Quillbot Premium is the better option to go ahead with, and you will be getting the options to buy 3-month subscription, 6-month subscription even, and 1 year subscription. Don't go for all these tools. This is a very user friendly, and in other tools sometimes for words basis, how much words you are paraphrasing, on that basis they will be charged. But here basically you will be having, if you are paying for 3 months, 6 months, then you can, there is no any word limit. So under this research writing, now we have discussed 3 points: plagiarism, grammar, and the third point is paraphraser. So when you talk about the academic writing, then you might have referred this refer and write tool. Okay, I have used this tool, and these are the options basically will be having there. You can add this in Microsoft Word, similar to the Grammarly Premium and Quillbot tab. This also you can add in drop down menu, and these are the several options available. Okay, you can add simultaneously while writing, you can just paraphrase. Paraphrasing option is also there. Different word choices you will also get. Okay, but I found that the paraphrasing option is not up to the mark. The accuracy is very less, because many irrelevant words are replaced. So I'll never recommend you to use this paraphrasing options. The one option that I actually like about this is search option. Means if I have written one sentence, then basically I make use of this search option, so that the research articles, if I have copied, or my own text if it is recycled, then basically it will be showing below that these few words have been copied from your research paper, so that there itself I can change those words. So that is the feature that I most like in this refer and write. But in order to indicate this while writing, I have to first add my all the published research papers in this tool, and then only this tool will show that these words you have written are from already published data or your already published work. So in general, I cannot tell you to go ahead with this tool. Okay, so let us move towards the third important category, which is statistical analysis. Okay, the first point we have discussed, but it is in relation to the graphing tools. So this is especially for statistical analysis. So you might have heard about these tools: MATLAB, okay, then R, SPSS, Microsoft Excel, this software, and this GraphPad Prism. If you compare all these tools we commonly used, but along with this Microsoft Excel, you can go ahead with MATLAB and SPSS if required. MATLAB is capable to solve different mathematical equations, to perform the numerical analysis, and even very complex simulations can easily be done on this MATLAB. Okay, this is the interface. So you have to learn whatever tools are required or which is related to your work. That's it, because this is very vast and you cannot learn each and everything, and even it is not required. So when I talk about this SPSS interface, statistical package for social sciences, preliminary it was designed for social sciences, but right now it is being used in different fields to handle data. There are some other programming tools also available to handle data and analyze data, but this tool's interface is very simple. In 2009 this SPSS is purchased by IBM, so right now it can also be called as IBM SPSS. And now we'll move towards the next category, which is formatting research article, thesis, dissertation, etc. So we know that we use this Microsoft Word in order to format the document. So along with the Microsoft Word, whenever you will be going through the author guidelines for every journal, then you will find that you can either submit your research article through this Microsoft Word format, or rather you can just use LaTeX format. Okay, LaTeX is basically programming based language where with the help of some programs you can just format your document. But on the other side, with the help of some standard templates also by using, you can just simply convert your Microsoft Word document into LaTeX format, and then through LaTeX to Microsoft Word format. Okay, and then the third option is typeset that I have discussed in one of my videos. So typeset basically converts your Word file into that particular journal's format within few seconds. Okay, but we have used this typeset, but we found that this application is still in developing stage, and the accuracy, you may say that 30 to 40% accuracy is only there, and rest of the work you need to perform on yourself. And this tool is not free, of course you have to pay for that. So never go for this typeset. So rather you can just use this Microsoft Word, which is very simple, and some standard template based LaTeX that will be covered in maybe in next sessions. And now we'll be moving towards the last point, which is scientific images. Okay, these are the tools, those can be used in order to prepare your scientific images. I personally feel that this point is really very important while writing your research article, review article, thesis, dissertation, etc. Especially in review article, you have to refer the literature data, you have to organize, you have to think, and you have to organize this data smartly in this kind of figures. Then basically your research review article will get a weightage. Even it is important in order to demonstrate any experimental setup in research article as well, and even while writing your thesis, dissertation. So there are several options available to you. You may use, see, this is the common PowerPoint. Microsoft PowerPoint is commonly used. For example, in order to prepare your graphical abstract, the commonly used tool is PowerPoint. Okay, along with you may use this Photoshop and CorelDRAW, but these are not the free tools, you have to pay for that, and these are also heavy tools. Okay, user interface is little difficult, you have to learn this and then only you will be able to do it. But several options are available there, different choices are available, and different elements you will be easily getting there. Okay, that is not possible even in PowerPoint. There is one more tool available, which is Canva. This is again a very simple interface. I personally use this. Okay, this is not a scientific interface, but yes, different elements in different fields are available there, and the database user interface is very simple, so you can just also go ahead, but obviously you have to pay for that. And BioRender, if you are working under it is especially for sciences field, biological sciences. If you are working in medical field, then you will get ample of choices there, ample of elements there, those you can easily use in order to demonstrate your the experimental setups or experimental procedures, etc. Okay, so this is actually a last point. Previously we have discussed fifth point, reference or citation manager. So there are several options available in order to generate the list of references or in order to put in-text citations, but these three choices are most popular. Okay, these three tools have their own capabilities. You can use all these three tools with Microsoft Office as a plugin, and you can differentiate these three tools based on three points. First is metadata fetched, second is user interface, and third is capability to handle data. Okay, if you look at the first point, metadata, then Mendeley is basically excellent to fetch metadata from PDFs or published research article. Okay, EndNote is also good to fetch metadata from published research article. So when you talk about Zotero is actually best to fetch the metadata from websites and different URLs. Okay, while in case of a published research article, you might have to put the published year and page numbers manually. That is mostly happens with case of this Zotero. When you talk about the user interface, then you can edit references in Microsoft Word itself with this plugin. You can edit references there itself, which sometime, for example, if published year is not fetched, so it is not displaying there, then basically in Word itself you can edit, or you can just put the published year manually. So that is not possible with Mendeley. So in order to edit the references in Mendeley, you have to use the web application, and then we have to refresh your Word plugin, and then basically you will be able to insert that reference accurately. And the third option is capability to handle data. So for that, basically I'll recommend you to go with Mendeley, because I have written an article, review article, which is based on around 300 research papers, and Mendeley has handled this 300 volume of research papers very accurately, where sometimes this EndNote and Zotero may fail. Okay, so you can prefer Mendeley, and right now it is Mendeley site with Microsoft Office. And if you want to learn that how to download, install and use these important research tools, then the step-by-step guidance will be provided. But for that you have to subscribe our course Advanced Research Tools, which is available on our My Research Support app. The links are provided in this video description. But for that you have to pay INR 599. In that also, for first 100 subscribers they will be getting 20% discount. Means you will be getting this course in less than 500 rupees. I'm really very sorry, but you might be thinking that sir has made everything commercialized, but I am not having expertise in all these fields. So we have hired some experts. The experts from statistics field may be guiding you towards SPSS or statistical analysis related tools. We have some experts, those will be guiding you towards LaTeX, how to use LaTeX and all. So accordingly we have structured this course, and for that basically you have to pay the amount, and which is less than 500 rupees. And one more announcement that I wanted to make here today, that we have created our Telegram group. The link is there in this video description. So just click on the link and join the group. So we'll basically plan a quality discussion about research, where you will be getting the information about plagiarism, journal selection, research and review paper writing, thesis writing, etc. So this will help you to fulfill your research needs. So friends, thank you very much for watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.